Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Abdurrahman Tahir, I'm good. How are you, Abdurrahman, how are you doing? Is my voice clear? Yes, it seems like it's clear. Cool, awesome. All right, let's put this on as well. Cool. Check. How's everyone doing today? Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everyone doing? All right, let's see if I can also put this one here. Alhamdulillah, that sounds good. All right, let's see if I can save this guy. So I'm going to continue working on the Astro workshop thing that I was working on before as well. Let's see if I can put this there as well. Before we start, I want to ask a question. Yes, go ahead, ask your question. What's your question? Should we change the how this looks, the chat right there? I think we should change it. It seems a bit weird. Appearance. Let's see. Compact mode. I don't know. I think the theme can be different. How do I change the, let's see, chat restream, which is right here. What's your question? Yes, there you go. Embedded chat, blah, blah, blah. Not that one. I mean, 8-bit seemed nice, but I can compact. I think we can go with this one. Chat background opacity. I think we can go with this one. Let's see. Message alignment top. And we can also say hide messages after 30 seconds. No. So default compact. Nope. Comic. Mm-hmm. Default compact. It seems like this is a nice one. All right. I'm looking at your message. Let's go to the chat. So your question is, how can I make a platform like Shopify where a user can make a website with my provided templates and then I provide them ability to host under my domain? That's a good question. Fatma, you have to type exclamation drop and not just drop. So it has to be exclamation drop. So Abdurrahman, to answer your question, there are too many things that go into architecting the whole Shopify like website. For example, you have to have domain management or possibility to assign subdomains. You also have to have themes involved. You also have to have the structure, the database to hold those themes. You also have to have generators or code generators that link those things together. So there are too many things. I'm sorry, I can see that there's some Firebase permissions issue. Let's quickly fix that. But to answer your question, it's not a short thing to do. It's not a quick thing that you can do. It takes a lot of time, from what you are asking. So yeah, it's not easy. I'm gonna quickly refresh the cache of the current page, and you should be able to now have text as well. So let's see. Um, which one is this? It's Streambot. So my Firebase database actually expired. So I should go to the rules and change my status to publish. All right, now try. Now try it. I think now you should be able to say drop, and it should work. Let's see. Does it take a bit of time to actually work? Let's see. Drop. Yes, no. Do I have to refresh? Let's see. Alrighty. Let's try this again. I think it should work now. Test. I don't see any errors, so this should be good. And I'm gonna also see quickly if the drop game needs a refresh as well. Refresh cache of the current page. There we go. And if I try to do test, there we go. So now your drop should work. I hope. Try now, Fatma. Now it should work. There you go. A lot of them work now. Cool. Awesome. I can see a lot of people hanging out now. So Abdurrahman, I hope I was able to answer your questions. And let me quickly open through what I was working on. I was working on this guy right here. And we had in package.json, we had the npm run dev. So we are using Astro to build up this really nice UI. Can you guide me to a term? By that I can search and learn about the domain managing site and generate for my users. To be honest, I think you can. I mean, if you try to search for something like Shopify clone, you should be able to see that clone tutorial. So you should be able to like how to create a clone in Shopify. No. How to build a Shopify clone with no code? No. So here, let's build a Shopify e-commerce app with Node.js. But this uses Shopify, but not really clones it. No. I think how we should say maybe how to create a platform like Shopify. WordPress frontend admin. Take the free course. So there is a course, it seems like. Hey Ali Ibrahim, how are you doing? Take the free course. So maybe this is a link that you can look. Yeah. At least they have a course. I'm not really sure how good the course is. How to make a website like Shopify. Maybe look at this one as well. Why Store Builder is a better option. It's open source as well. Interesting. So you can then use Store Builder for this maybe. Have a look at that as well. I would say start with those, and then you can go forward from there. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Fine. What about you, sir? I'm good, thank you. Awesome. What projects are you working on these days? Let's see if I can close this guy and this, and I think it was localhost 4321. Yeah, let's quickly go there. Yes, so we worked with Angular CLI, Firebase Cloud Fun, Firestore, signal-based components, and API and routing. Let's also close this guy. Let's see. That is the app we are working with, but we don't really need to do that. Then we have this guy. I think we can work with this for now. I tried that free course. Haha, it did not help. Then I'm not really sure. I would say maybe just ask ChatGPT like uh what to do in that particular case, because I think you'll get better answers than me, because I've never built a Shopify like platform. I do know if I start looking for it, I would architect it myself. But then I would do the same thing. I would do a lot of research on different architectures to achieve the same thing. So I would break things step by step. If you just say Shopify like platform, it's too much. Maybe you can start with how do I create themes, or break how do I generate web pages. So sort of like that. I hope that answers the question. रोहान is asking एसन भाई how can we bring confidence while making a project, because बहुत दफ़ा इस तरह लगता है कि I'm doing wrong maybe in design or implementation, classic coding में, and I'm also undergraduate. So Rohan, the thing is, one of the things that you have to consider is that nobody's perfect, and you don't have to build perfect code. What you have to do is, this is something that I say when we are coding, and I have worked with juniors जो यही सोच रहे होते हैं. They're like, how can we write the best code possible? And my philosophy, my strategy is make it work and then make it pretty. So the first thing is that you need to build something that works, and then you can make it pretty. Then you can make the code better. Now, how will you know how to code better? You work with seniors, you work with other people who are either on the same level. They can be your juniors. Even juniors have some great ideas. I've learned a lot from my juniors as well. So try to work with different people, try to work with different peers, and get feedback from them, and understand this, that the only way that you get better is by getting feedback, by having your code reviewed from people. So don't be shy about that, because the more you do it, the better your code will be. Hey, Educatified, how are you doing? I hope you finally can see, and it's not just a podcast. So what am I going to do today, Ali Ibrahim? I can tell you I'm working on a workshop. I'm hopefully going to go to a conference to give this workshop with one of my friends named Santosh. He's from India, but he lives in Germany. So we both are going to give this talk, or this workshop as well. So I'm currently working on that, but I'm using something new. It's called Astro, and it is a really cool framework in which you can use Angular, React, just web components. It's really interesting. I've never worked with Astro before, but I've heard really good things about it. So look at that. They give us this template where we can just start writing guides, having references. So it seems really cool to me, and it's almost zero configuration as well. So I'm looking into this today. Yeah, Educatified. The problem with my stream was I was transferring or broadcasting uh, my video over 10,000. What was the unit? It was 10,000 kilobytes per second. That was the video bit rate, but Twitch only supports 6,000. So I had to bring it down to 6,000, and now it seems to be working. I reached out to the Restream the Restream customer service, and they were really fast in helping me out. So I'm really glad that this has worked out. Nice. Ali says, good to hear. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. Hannan says, hi, Asanbai. Suggest some tips for effective communication like you do in your live streamings. Just speak out loud. Create a lot of videos. Share with people. I would say start by writing. So when you write, nobody's listening to you. So you don't feel as pressurized. So start writing small articles. Get feedback on them. One of the good things that some of my juniors did, that they wrote a really small article. For example, talk about 5 cool JavaScript tips that you did not know, and you can talk about, for example, using a map function, using a filter function, some, every. So keep it small. You start with writing an article. I can also tell you a really cool app called Hemingway.app, as far as I remember. It's a really, what, the domain name is for saying no. Hemingway app, Hemingway editor. This is the one. So this is a really cool tool where you can post essentially some text, and it then helps you understand how easy to read this text is. I'm going to share in the chat as well. So start by writing small articles, get feedback from people. That's where you enhance your English as well, and then you also sort of understand how to deliver content, and then slowly you can start working on videos and blah blah blah. So I hope that makes sense. Um, who asked that question? Hanan. So I hope that makes sense. I've been speaking for quite a lot of years. So yeah, this is not new for me. So that's why I'm a bit confident. Abdul Rahman says, thank you for your answers. Appreciate. No problem at all. Educatified says, quick question. According to you, what is the future in coding? I can't see the future. I mean, to be honest, I think the question demands the reasoning of asking the question, like what is the purpose. If you are asking it for yourself as an employee or working at somewhere, then that's a different thing. If you just ask about where the technology is going to go, that's a different question. So this question is too broad. I would assume you're asking it for yourself or for developers, and in that particular sense, I think the future of coding is still has the same idea as today, and that is, if you don't keep up with technology, if you don't keep learning, if you don't keep growing your skills, then yes, it's gonna be difficult for you to keep up going forward. And this is something that is supposed to be part of your routine. As a software engineer, learning new things should be part of your routine. What do you think I'm doing today? I'm working with Astro. I've never worked with Astro before at all. But since I have an opportunity, I have to work on a workshop. I'm like, okay, let's try this new thing. And who knows, maybe I like it too much that I move away from React. I start building my workshop at least in Astro. So the thing is, as a software engineer, it's really crucial that you keep on learning as much as possible. And if you're doing that, then it doesn't matter what the future holds. It's gonna be fine. I hope that answers the question. Ali says, best of luck, no problem. Rohan says, yes, getting a response, advice by senior is good, but that happens when you're working in some workplace. I'm asking as a student when you don't have much people to discuss or concern your project with. In that particular case, just go to Discord. If you have not joined our Discord, go to the Discord community that we have. I can probably show you how it looks like. So you go to CodewithAhsan. Here you can just go to general chat, share your information, share your code, ask someone for review. So join communities. If you're not working at the moment, make your circle a bit bigger by joining different communities. We also have a WhatsApp community as well. If you're interested, just send me a message on WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, but on Facebook page, and I can send you the link to the WhatsApp community. So the key is you reach out there, you say, all right, this is what I built. You can share the link and say, can you provide some feedback? And then, yeah, I know a lot of people would just jump in to give the feedback, especially if it's criticisms. Then everybody is onboarded. But yeah, join the communities. That would be my suggestion, because I think I grew a lot when I started contributing to open source, when I started taking participation in conferences, and I started connecting with a lot of people. So I hope that makes sense. And this thought just hindering me that I can't do freelancing. Maybe I make some blunder when I get any project from the client. To have confidence, you need to practice. So I would say before you go for freelancing, because when you're going for freelancing, you're asking people for money. They're gonna give you money. That means they expect you to be able to solve problems. And if you're not confident enough right now, then you should not be doing freelancing at all. So work on some side projects, work on some passion projects, work on some complex tutorials, do some courses on Udemy which help you build complex projects, and then jump into freelancing. Not today. Anand says, thank you, no problem at all. Asan Bhaiya, I think you should try to create some beginner level React or Next.js projects. I think I already did some React.js projects. If you go to my channel, I think I have some React projects already, if I'm not wrong. So, do I have a React playlist at all? Yeah, I do have a React playlist that has one video. I'm pretty sure I have more videos than one. But for example, in this particular video, no, in this particular video, we go through a basic React application. I'm going to show you actually. So for example, we start with the Vite application. You can see like this, then we go forward, then we build account application, then we start writing some tests. So we do write some tests as well, not only unit tests, but I think we also go with end-to-end tests as well, or maybe we just focus on the end-to-end tests. So once we are done, we actually end up creating, if I can show you right now, here and here. Yeah. So we end up creating a whole test. So this is one of those. I also remember that there was another one. Let me try to find it. React. So I have, for example, this one. I have, I did a lot of streams with building a Chrome extension with React. Yeah, this one. This was in my mind. So building a React application from scratch and testing. I think this one is really good. Yeah, we also built a blockchain application with React as well. That was 1 year ago. But yeah, there are applications at the moment. But you can. But I'm going to work on more. Thank you for the suggestion. I'm going to work on more because after I'm done with my book and this thingy, then I will definitely do it. Replying to Code with Ahsan, pretty good stuff. Mohammad Ahmed says, thank you, Mohammad. Karachi says, Salam sir, I'm Ahmed. I was wondering, will you suggest me going to the same university where you went? I only want to study computer science, but my parents tell me to do engineering from NED. Oof. 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 Mushkil question पूछ लिया. Uh, ooh. So it depends. The short answer is it depends. NED is a good university, of course. Karachi University is also a good university. When I say good university, is the available options. If you compare this with a lot of other universities in the world, yeah, we know. So the benefit of Karachi University for me was, and I think is the same in NED as well, that we had to do a lot of things ourselves, and we had to we had to step up our game by ourselves. So everyone started coding. The university's content was so, to be honest. It was okayish. The university tries to make you a computer scientist, because I was in BScs, I was not in BSSE. It was not software engineering but computer science, and obviously they try to make you a computer scientist in this in that case. But when it comes to actually programming, if you're focusing on that, then to be honest, I don't think it really matters. Just go to any university, get a degree, and on the side, as you're going through the university, just try to program as much as possible. Try to create a lot of projects. One of the things that I did, and I still do, is I create a lot of projects. So creating a lot of projects is essential. Educatified, no problem at all. You're welcome. Okay, Fraza, when to shift from React to Next? How much React do we need to know in order to shift to Next? I think you can shift to Next right now, but I think the bare minimum would be to understand, because when you say you want to shift to Next is additional things on top of React. Next also uses React. So Next.js, I think I had a short video on this previously as well, but essentially Next.js is how your server gives you the front end content or the web application. Does it do it via server side rendering with React server components? Does it do it via static side generation? Or does it do incremental site regeneration? What does it do? How does it give you the HTML, JavaScript, and CSS when you try to go to your browser? As soon as you have got your response, your HTML from your backend, after that is just React. So the better you are at React, the better you do at Next.js. But essentially, if you it's like how much HTML do I need to know, or how much CSS I need to know before moving to Tailwind CSS. The thing is, the better you are at CSS, the better you will be at Tailwind CSS or SAS or any CSS framework whatsoever. So Next.js uses React. So I think the bare minimum would be how to use forms in React, how to use hooks in React, how to use the use effect, for example, understanding how many ways you can use it effectively, understanding how to make API calls, how to structure your code. But state management thing, I think it's the biggest one. So if you can build interfaces, if you know how higher order components work, if you know how to test your React code as well. Nobody does testing, by the way, um, especially the students. So if you know how to test your code, I think that's a good idea where you feel confident, and then you can explore. All right, what more Next.js provides us? But you have to be good at React to be a good Next.js developer, if that makes sense. Zishan says, I've seen this last stream of React, but trying more, please. Which last stream of React? I don't understand the question. Karachi Street says, thank you, sir. No problem at all. So I hope, Akif, I was able to answer your question. Okay, how about we do some coding? And my tea. My tea. My tea. It got cold. So I have to go and microwave it now. So I'm gonna be right back in 2-ish minutes. So I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes. Where's the BRB? There's the BRB. Where's the timer? Text timer. Let's go. Timer dash. There we go. Cool. So I'm going to be right back in 2-ish minutes, and then we'll actually code. I'm really happy that you're asking questions. Try to use the drop command in the chat. Try to play the game. Try to win the score, the maximum score, if you can. Try to see if you can actually beat the last time's score. I think it was 68 something something, if I remember correctly. So let's see if you can do it. So I'm gonna also say drop. Let's go. Let's go. It looks like Karachi Street is gonna get it. No, I'm gonna get it. Let's go. Yes. No. What is it? 9.77 or 9? I don't know. Let's go here. It's 9.77. No, that's the worst score I've ever had. I don't like it at all. Abdurrahman Tahir has a still better score than me. Nope. Ooh, Ali Ibrahim Subhan. Good going. All right, I'm gonna be right back, and I'm just writing a lot of drops so I can maybe get one. Chaos. It's chaos. All right, I'm gonna be right back. All right, what's happening? Ooh, Karachi seeds. Look at that. 96.13. Take a screenshot before someone else takes it. It looks super nice. I don't know why I can't get any good numbers. Droop, droop, droop. Let's see. I should be able to get one now. 92, 73. Not too bad. Not too bad, to be honest. Let's see if I can get them now. Nope. Nope. Still 96.13. Nope. My drop game is not really so strong. All right. And the fun part is that if you end up going a bit down, then you get the lower score as well. So far Karachi series seems to be winning. Super nice. I should also try. Can I get some? No. Not even one of my rockets has hit the ground yet. There's so many. So should I increase this the thumbnails size? I can do it in the next stream maybe. So we'll have bigger images. Like these seems too small. If you see, maybe make it a bit bigger like this. That would be nice. That would be super cool. All right, let's go. Droop. Come on. Not even one. Nope. All right. Uh, what happened? Why do we have so many rockets? Come on. All right. No one has been able to beat Karachi streets at all. So I'm giving up. Sorry. I take my hands off. So let's go towards coding then. So I'm going to be coding this, and I'm going to be coding this while, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this as well. No, maybe do it like this. So hopefully I should be able to finish this this early. So Angular CLI example guide. No, this is called gonna be Angular CLI, and here we can say creating a new application with Angular CLI. There we go. And I think this comes maybe in the meta tag. So if I go here, if I try to see the meta. By the way, Karachi streets, before you actually before we actually end this up, I would highly suggest to take a screenshot to for the results. Maybe we can do it in the, if I do it like this. Nope. Here, and maybe if I remove this guy, then now you see the scores. I'm gonna take a screenshot as well. Oh no, where did the scores go? Sad. Won't the rockets disturb you? No, the rockets are not actually on my screen, so I don't see them on my screen, but you see on your screen. So yes, it's just on your screen, not my screen. So this is sort of a stream overlay, so I don't see it on my screen at all. I was also hoping to add some more features to the extension, maybe playing a sound or something like that. But if you have any suggestions of, for example, small sound effects or memes, just let me know. That would be awesome. Okay. I was looking into the meta tags. Let's go here. Let's see, meta name description. Can I find it? No. Description. Creating a new application with Angular CLI. Exactly. All right. Then we can quickly say create. Let's start by creating a new Angular CLI application. We will use a standalone components based application, including some routes. And here I can then maybe say shell, or we can say bash. Here we can say I think Angular has a new way of creating the application. Was it npm init Angular? Yes. So here we have npm init Angular, and we call this ng flight scanner. So here we can say npm init Angular ng flight scanner. We also should be saying so we do have, if we have a smaller version, then that's a different thing. Is the drop still working? Yeah. So this is one of the problems. See, I have to go to this tab to make it work, because if it's not, I'm thinking now, because if it's not the active tab, or if it's not active, then it doesn't work. So that is a problem. I was thinking maybe I should create a desktop application, so this is always in the front and it's always working. But then how will the Chrome extension work with that? So I have to figure out, if I can keep running this in the background, but we'll see. Can you make malware? No, I don't have any interest in creating malwares at all. So no, not yet. And maybe, yeah, not in the future as well. Okay, so then we should say that if cool. We can also add that as a prerequisite as well. Note, your npm version should be greater than for this to work. If you have an older version, do update to a later version of Node.js. We use at least Node version v18.x. Okay, I think we can add it to this one. Cool. So once we do this, then we should be able to create an Angular application just like this, and then we can add more features to it. Example reference, I think the reference here should be Angular IO quick start. So we can say, not maybe for the reading, but we can say reference. We can say quick start. Less concerned with telling a story or addressing a specific use case. They should be compressive outline of what you're documenting. Interesting. So if I go to here, then I can see this as well. So you have, okay. No, I think we can keep it like this. for now. So what we have to build is something like this. So we have the, let's close all of it. So we do have the, I think the components that we created were flight card, home, pipes. Okay, cool. Let's see. So we start with creating an Angular application. Let's see if I can run this. So let's go with the Angular CLI. Here we can do this guy right here. Let's create a new tab. Da, da, da. My PC is trying to die now. CD blah blah blah. Workshops, and here we can do something like npm init Angular ng flight scanner. Let's see. Is it night, sir? Are you working late night? It's about 9:25 p.m. So for me, it is a bit late. I try to sleep around 10 as much as possible. So 10 p.m. because I wake up at Fajr. So it's around 5 a.m. So I try to wake up around 5. So yes, this is a bit late. But in Karachi, I think the time is 12:30. Is it? Would you like to add Angular routing? Okay. And here we can also say, okay. Oops. When asked, say yes to, or answer the questions, answer the prompts in the following order, or in the following, as the following. Say yes to adding Angular routing. Choose SCSS as the style sheet format. So we use SCSS, and I think that's pretty much it. Cool. So then here we can say when asked, answer the prompt. Cool. It's 12:26. Yes, exactly. You are 3 hours behind. No, ahead of us. We are 3 hours behind. So it's GMT 5 in Pakistan, or 5:30? No, 5. And we are GMT 2. So 3 hours difference. Okay, then I have the application running. What do we do next? So then we can do Angular CLI. No, we can maybe say inside of Angular CLI create or creating a new Angular project, Angular CLI. This is a huge title. Angular CLI. A new Angular application using the Angular CLI. We will use a standalone components based application, routes, and SCSS as the style sheet format. Okay, so we have this, we have set that as well. Now that we have this, we can just make sure now that you can grab a coffee. While the Angular CLI installs the dependencies, but don't go for too long. The process is pretty quick. Lightning. Cool. I love emojis. There we go. All right. Once the project is created, run the following commands to serve the Angular app in the browser, on the browser, serve on the browser. Bash cd ng flight scanner npm start. So when we do this, we can run this, we can do npm start. Let's try this now. So cd ng flight scanner. Oh, once the project is created, open it in your favorite IDE. It's called Integrated Developer Experience, IDE full form. Why don't I know Integrated Development Environment? Why did I say experience? Integrated Development Environment. So I'm assuming there are going to be some people in the workshop which won't have as much experience. So I'm gonna keep it like this. And also let's favorite IDE. Cool. Okay. So we can use a favorite IDE like VS Code. VS Code, and here we can go to VS Code, VS Keyed, VS Code, code.visualstudio.com. And there we go. Then open a terminal and run the following commands to serve the Angular application on the browser. Okay, so we have the npm start command, and here we can say navigate to http, or we can also say start o. That should also work. So if I do code dot, I can open this guy right here. And now if I say npm start dash o, npm start, then it should run ngserve o, and then we should have this open as well, right? Cool. How do I move this to a different desktop? Can I move this to a different desktop? No. How do you open multiple desktops? There we go. Okay. This was not fun. Okay. So we have this right here. Karachi says, see you in the next stream. By the way, will you come to Karachi for hackathon? For the hackathon, just asking sir for disappearing your work. No, don't worry about it. But I'm not gonna come to Karachi, unfortunately, for the hackathon. I will inshallah be available for a remote session on the day of the event, inshallah. But I will not be able to travel at the moment. I plan to travel later in the year. I can't tell when, but hopefully towards the end of the year. We'll see. But when I'll be there, of course, I'll be announcing on Facebook, so or WhatsApp, uh, in the WhatsApp community, and then we can have a get together and an event, inshallah, for sure. All right. This should uh, spin up a live server with live reload enabled, and you should see for a new Angular app. Awesome. Hey Hamdan, how's it going, Hamdan? Good to see you here. All right. Karachi Seeds, if I remember your name is Ahmad, right? So Ahmad, good luck and good night. Shabba khair. Inshallah, we'll meet again. Okay, so now that we have this, let's go to the next guide, and that should be if I go back to my code, where's my code? So I should have another flight scanner. So this one should be so we do have the home component in which we add a lot of flights. So now we want to create. It's been great. Let me know if you need a UI UX designer. Not at the moment, to be honest. And I think I told you on Instagram maybe or LinkedIn that I've gone through your resume. I don't think it's a good fit at the moment. But if the need arises again, or if it felt like if I see your profile again, maybe in the future and feels correct, then yes, I'll definitely let you know. But at the moment, it doesn't feel right. And I'm also going to take a break from creating content at the moment. I will essentially code a few things. I will also work on my book. I want to get it done as soon as possible. So yes. Okay, so then I think we will look into one quick thing. Let's see if I can find it. So we had Angular CLI creating the first Angular application, standalone components, signal-based components. So we to be honest, we don't really use Angular CLI here. So instead of using this, I think we should rather be using npm first. Let's install the Angular CLI globally in machines so we can use it with ease. And here we can say npm install -g angular CLI. Note your npm version should be greater than blah blah blah. And here then we can say now we will use a standalone components based we will create a standalone component based application including routing and CSS as the style sheet as the chosen style sheet format. Run the following command from the terminal. So here we can say bash, here we can say ng new ng flight scanner standalone routing style SCSS. So I'm going to do this. So we create a new application just like this, and it should be routing. And there we go. So if I remember correctly, I mean, if I can go to Angular IO, go here. Wait a second. And we can also say Um, do I need to tell anything else? I mean, I think the idea would be to also use dry run. I think it's good to tell them that as well. Um, if you run the following command, you will see some output on your console with a message that says, for example, if I go back, maybe if I go to, and if I run the same command that I just showed here, dry run, then I should still see some console with this text. So this is what I want to show here. So we can say the run option means don't change the verb. Uh, as the message says, Angular executes the generation of the project in memory to what should happen, but does not do it on the file system due to the dry run flag. This is handy to perform when performing critical operations with the mm, handy. Just see what a command does without changing any files. Now run the same command without the dry run flag. Follows bash. And here we can use the same thing but without the dry run flag. Okay, so now that we have this, I think we should be good. Okay. Um, and here we have, and I think this can be in a note. Cool. I think this is pretty nice. By the way, feel free to ask any questions in the chat if you want while we're doing this. Mm. Mm-hmm. I don't really think we have. I mean, you can also see Angular CLI. So you can, I think this is maybe better to just share this here. Overview and reference, command reference. We can go like this. The official docs. Read in the official Angular. Okay, so we can say just like this. Okay, cool. Okay, I think this should be good. we'll see. I mean, references, see. We'll see if we wanted to get started. We'll also see. Um, an example in here, we do have the Angular Quick Start, or I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll not keep the reference. We'll see. Okay, so now that we have this, let's go towards the next guide, and that should be if I go to my project. So what do we have here? We do have the app config, we have the app routes. Maybe we should create a new new route. So if I go to my app again, where are you? Standalone components, signal-based components, working with. I think we would have to create routes first, and then. So yeah, I think we can work with standalone components, or create a new route. So we can say Angular CLI, the home page, or we can say routing dot md. Is it md or mdx? It's md. Right. Let's go here. Copy pasta. Routing. Creating the home page and lazy loading the routes. So in this case, we can start with this guy, and then we have Angular routing. And then also let's add this guy to the config. No, that's not the config. We have it in index. No, we have it in. Where are you? Nope. 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 Astro config. There you are. So we had label Angular CLI and then links Angular CLI. So let's call. Oopsie doopsie. So Angular routing, and we can say routing. So now I should have Angular routing here as well. Cool, cool, cool. And then we have Angular CLI, and then we can say Angular routing. So now here, now we can add more things. So we can say Angular routing. कुछ नहीं आ रही समझ में एहसन भाई. I'm creating a workshop. तो आपको ये समझने की ज़रूरत है कि हम what I'm trying to do right now is this. Let me show you. I think it's going to take 4200 or no, 4201 maybe. I'm not really sure. Yeah, use a different port. जब आपको कुछ समझ ना आ रहा हो ना, तो आप बस ये किया करो, ड्रॉप, और जितने चाहे रॉकेट उड़ाओ. Alright, let's see. सही है, let me show you what I'm trying to do अभी. So I'm trying to build this application, और एक वर्कशॉप हो रही है इंशाल्लाह ताला अक्टूबर के अंदर. तो I'm going to use wow. तो I'm going to present a workshop. तो उसके लिए ये एप्लीकेशन है. तो I'm right now creating a workshop इस एप्लीकेशन के लिए. Does that make sense? So we're going step by step now. Assalamu alaikum. Why did you choose Angular as a career? Any specific reason? Not really. When I joined my first company, I was asked to see what Angular is because we wanted to migrate from Flash to HTML5. I started working with Angular. I got really good at it, and then I continued to work with Angular. Um, Now I choose Angular because I like it much more than all the alternates out there so far. But it's my personal preference, to be honest. So, walaikum assalam. I hope that answers the question. I'm gonna change the battery so my camera will go dark now, and it will be lightened up now. Okay, so we have, all right, we'll create our first route in Angular, and that will be a standalone component. So here we can say standalone. Let's see, we have okay, getting started with the standalone components. And the Angular CLI is great to create components and other components for the application. Run the following command from your terminal. What we want to do is nggc home, and I think that's pretty much it. And then this generates a home component. So if I go to my application right now, this is the app that I'm working with. I can also search, for example, Singapore. Should be right here, as you can see. And now, dear Mani, it's my cousin's birthday today. Ahsan bhai, what were you working on before Angular? I was working with JavaScript. Simply JavaScript, HTML, CSS. I also worked a bit on the Windows Phone mobile applications with JavaScript as well. I'm not really sure if I have a video from that time. Maybe I do. I'm not really sure. Let's see if I go to content. Can I sort by, I don't know. Windows. No. Shooter. Yeah, this is the one. Let me show you the game I built the first time. I don't know why I have made it private though. I made it private. Or do you want to see the game I built the first time? Look at this. Does it have a sound? No. And this is a Windows Phone simulator. And this was in, I don't know when. So this is what I made the first game ever. Yep. That's the one. React पे कितना सा काम किया है आपने हसन भाई? About 6 years, I think. Maybe 6 years. 6 years. 5 years. 5 or 6 years. Most likely 5 years. But Angular पे तकरीबन 10 years. Okay, so we run this command, and that should generate our home component. So let's say we go here and then we create a new component. So we should say nggc home, and here we can also write. We'll create a first route in Angular and route component in Angular, and that will be a standalone component. All right, so this generates a new standalone component, or named home, inside the home folder, or we could say source app home folder. So inside the source app home folder for us, um now let's create a route for this component. We will also make the default we want to show this component on the home link, on the home route of our application, and we also want to make the default route the default route. Right, let's open the app.routes.ts file to add the some code as follows. It feels like I'm writing Angular cookbook recipe. All right, so we have the home route. We go to the. Did I not use what? Did I not use? Oh, because when I used. No, I don't understand. This one, React Angular for beginner. I think for beginners, both are equally the same. Angular takes a bit more time, but I think it's more rewarding because once you learn Angular, you can switch to any project and you will understand the projects pretty easily because all of the projects follow some convention or some sort of practices. With React, since it's a really small library, every project seems really different. So it is easier to learn, but I think in the long term, I would still prefer Angular because it's really easy to work with Angular in general. Okay, do I have my what? Can I say ng flight? No. CD work? No. CD personal? CD workshops? So we do have ng flight scanner right there, right? I'm a bit worried that this did not create a standalone application. Why? Let's see. So I'm gonna do RM or F ng flight scanner. I hope it does not delete this guy because I don't know where this is. Resource busy. cd ng ls cd ng. Okay, so I don't have anything there. Can we do a... Okay, so then I want to run the command that I ran before. This was this guy, and I wanted to run it with this. So this should generate the app component, app config, blah, blah, blah. And all we did that we removed the dry run, and the rest should be similar. So I should be using the same command and it should work. Let's see. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, so let's do code ng flight scanner. Let's see if this has modules. It does not. Really good. I don't know what did I do last time, but yeah, it didn't seem okay. Anyways, so we are done with now. Then we can do npm start. So let's quickly do that. So I'm gonna go here and let's do npm start. Then we can create the project and then we can do the following steps as well. So npm start oh, this should create the application right here for us. Is this one? We can also maybe say just change the name of your application in the, or change the title in the index.html to something else. Maybe it's worth mentioning. Okay. We recommend you change title, or yeah, let's leave it like that. It's fine. Okay, so we do have the app working right now. What? And then we can say, all right, you did npm start. Oh, cool. Go to the routing, and then you can run nggc home. Then you can do something like, in the routing part, we can see this guy. So let's quickly go here, open a new terminal, and we can add gc home. Then we can go to the routes TS, and this is where I wanted to code. So we do have two routes. We have a path of home, load component. And here we can say, we can keep this async as well. We can say return import home component, or we could say const module, and then we can say return module dot return module dot what component. Of course, I need to await this guy and then remove this await from here. So you could do this, or you could do it the other way around. I think it's completely fine. So we do a load component here, and then we can say path a what? Give me another route. So path is empty, path match is gonna be full. Come on, full. And then redirect to home. Now what this does is that if I refresh now, it takes us to the home page. Yay! Now that we have this, we should remove the whole page from Angular, or yeah, from Angular, and just use these components. So I can first say in the other application, ngg sum. Okay. Now let's create a route for this component, blah, 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 app routes, and add the code as follows. So this is going to be the code. Is there a way to highlight the lines? I think there should be. So this is like 0, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 3 to 14. Can I do 3 to 14 here? 3, 14. No, I can't. No, I cannot. Okay. So let's see. Astro, Starlight, code, highlight, file numbers. Okay. Code. Kid code. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Hmm. This is really cool. I did not know this one. Block codes, code blocks. Talk about code blocks. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. Can you talk about what stack have you used in building CodewithAhsan.dev and where have you hosted it? ये एंगुलर की वैसे भी समझ नहीं आ रही. CodewithAhsan Next.js की बेस पे बनी हुई है. Next.js Strapi for the data. तो Strapi में मेरा सारा कोर्स वगैरह का कंटेंट hosted है. I'm also using Firebase. So we have Next.js, Strapi, Firebase, and everything is hosted on Vercel. So that the data is on Strapi, on Railway.app, and some of the data is on Firebase, and the Next.js application itself is hosted on Vercel, and that is the entire stack. So I hope that answers the question. Okay, so this one then. Hmm. Hmm. Should we then use these nodes rather than the other nodes? So if I go to Angular CLI, then maybe we can use this node. Yeah, this looks super cool. And what was the other node? Tip. Did you know? Hmm. I need to also look into the islands architecture as well someday, but not at the moment. Okay, so we have caution, we have danger. Okay. I think this is fine. Then we also had some other ones. Cool. Routing. All right. I think this is good so far. Maybe we should maybe we should directly use it for now. Component, home component. So we can say routing, no, CLI, and in the code as well. Let's go there. So I can rather say component. Component. Give me component. Ba, ba, ba. I will see if this works. Okay, so this works without issues. And then we can also say from, I think we should say in the first one, when it comes to Angular routing, let's clean up the view for our Angular routes. Open the app.component.html file, remove all the code except the router outlet block. Your HTML should look as follows. HTML, and then we can go to our code. No, not this one. This one. In here, we should remove everything but the route. Oops. So okay, so now we're good. Cool. So we have app routes. We have created a component for the app routes. Now we have the home component. Let's see, 0 to hero. So blah, blah, blah. Let's see this as well. All right. So let's go back here to the app component, and it should look like this. So router outlet. We will now create our first route component in Angular, and that will be a standalone component, and the Angular CLI is great. Okay. The Angular CLI is great to create components and other entities for the application. Okay. Then we do GC home. I think what we can do is we can create two components instead of one. So two route components, and they will be standalone components. And then nggc about. This generates new standalone components named home and about inside the source app home and source app about folders respectively for us. Let's create a route. Let's create routes for these components. We want to show this component on the home. To show the home component on the home route of application. Okay. The about component okay, so we can then say something like blah, and we can say this, and we can go here. We can also have nggc about and then we can copy pasta this guy, and we can paste it like this. We can say about component, and we can import this guy, and we are happy. So if I go here, I would have to, ooh, no. Okay, then I have to do this. I was missing one line, I just realized, and this should be right here. Cool. So here we add the routes, then we add the home component, then we give the path home component, path empty. Let's add the about component as well as follows. So now we add the about component. And now if I go here, you should be able to see both the home and about. Okay, cool. Now I think we should add a header. So we can say, I'm thinking now. Maybe we should add tailwind css.empty as well. So we can add that here, and we can say something like tailwind css. Integrating tailwind css with the Angular app. S. Here we can see tailwind css. So in here we now set up tailwind css, and here we can say, I think this one can simply be just go to tailwind css and add it. So in here we can then say tailwind css.com, get started, framework guidelines. It should be one with Angular. So here we can say, you can read the guidelines of how to integrate tailwind css with Angular from the official docs. You can skip the first step since we already have an Angular application created. एहसन भाई, फायरबेस को रिएक्ट के साथ सीखा जाए या फिर जावास्क्रिप्ट के बाद? आई थिंक आप सीख सकते हो रिएक्ट के साथ, दिस नो प्रॉब्लम. रिएक्ट और फायरबेस का काफ़ी अच्छा कॉम्बिनेशन है. Yes. Okay, so then once we have this done, we can serve it. Okay, that should be good. So for tailwind CSS, then we can say, I think we can then say something like this. So we have this. Maybe इसको remove कर देते हैं यहाँ से, or let's move it to tailwind CSS. Once done, we can clean up the view for our Angular view in the HTML file. Remove all the code except the router outlet block. So here we can say something like header. No, we can say main. Now I'm coding in markdown file. Yay! And then we can also say h1. Come on. We can say Angular flight scanner. And here we can also have a class that says text to XL and text center, text bold. Okay, so let's copy this guy and let's try this inside our app component. What happened? Unexpected closing tag. Oh, because this one is supposed to be a backtick. Okay, good that I just checked it. Okay, cool. Did you use V tool to make a new React app? या फिर create React app? I think Vite for the video जो मैंने share की थी ना पहले. So that one was definitely Vite as far as I remember. So yes, Vite it is. Nowadays अगर मैं कोई नई application create कर रहा होता हूँ तो मैं usually Vite ही use करता हूँ. Okay, तो हमारे पास app component HTML आ गया है. We also added that here as well. If I go to my documentation, I can see this as well. But I also have to follow the Tailwind CSS guidelines. So let's quickly do that as well. So we went here. यहाँ पे we can do ng flight scanner. And we install -t Tailwind CSS post CSS auto prefixer. So this is how you can integrate Tailwind CSS with anything essentially. But yes. All right. Then I think one more thing that we also should probably tell them is that they can Angular 0 to hero, blah, blah, blah. This is the one. No, this is the one. So then I have the Tailwind config.js as well. Let's update the content property. Then we can also add this guy in the app. No, not the app style SCSS. And then we can run the npm ng server again. Okay, anyways. So now that we have this, it should come right here. Why do you have it like this? The H1 app component. We have main. What did I do? And this looks super weird. This is H1 inside a main. This should be H1. So it should look like this. This is also the same thing that I should have here because this is how it should look. Cool. So we got this applied. I think we could also have just said BG red 500 text white, and then we should be able to see that as well in the code. So if I go to my code, do this, there we go. Maybe we should say BG. Oh, do we have a tomato color? No, we don't. Okay, let's go with this one. All right. So we have the Tailwind CSS thingy working. We also can go here and change this as well. So it looks nice and tidy. I think the only thing that I also want to say is Tailwind. So we have this extension that we want them to install. And then we can put that in the documentation as well. Okay. It is here we can say tip. Can I see this? Ooh, what happened? Tip. We recommend using this VS Code extension in case you use VS Code, of course, to have a great developer experience with Tailwind CSS. And this is the link. Cool. We recommend using blah, blah, blah. Click this guy. There we go. Okay. Of course, of course. Okay, I think this is good. So we have set up Tailwind CSS, then we can go to routing. We created 2 components. Now we can add a header as well. So we are going to add a header component and add some navigation. So let's go to the app component. We can add a new component called nggc header. But I'm gonna add this into components folder, so components slash header, and this then has to be documented as well. So here, um, if you refresh the app at um, you should see the text that says home works, and the URL should also be automatically redirect and yeah, did to http localhost 4200/home. If you even if you try to go to 4200. Okay, so this is good, and this should be, I don't know, info. Was it info? What was it? Note. It was note. Okay. Okay, so we have the text that says note works, and we also have the all right, creating the components. So here maybe we can add some headings. So here we can say creating the components, setting up routes. Then we can say creating a header component. So here header component with navigation. So in here we can say create a new component using the Angular CLI as follows: bash nggc components header node. Notice that even if the components folder does not exist at the moment, Angular CLI creates it automatically. Okay, cool. Maybe we don't need it as much highlighted. Okay. Now replace the content of the header component. All right. Now let's use the header component inside our home component. We have to first import the header component in the home component. Let's modify the source what's this called? Source app. Yes. The source app home dot component dot file follows ts and not this. So then we have to go to our home component, and in here I have to import header component. But I don't have to add that into the header. I actually have to use it in the app component. Header component inside our app component. We have to first import the header component in the app component by the app slash app component ts file as follows. So we're going to go here and then we are going to say the app component dot typescript should have a header component. So then we can paste this guy right here. And then we can also, do a, I can save this, but I do want to highlight this guy, like, point at this, and we can also say add this, and we can say this, cool. So we can add this and add the header component. Now let's use the header component using its selector app header inside the app.component.html file as follows. So here we have the HTML, and if I go to my files, I can go here, and instead of the header, we can say app header. Okay. I think we would also have to install the Angular language service as well, now that I recall it. So Angular language service, yes. So in here, we can also add the extension that says Angular CLI. I would also then say live reload tip install the Angular language services. Is it the same? No. Language service. Is it service? Service. So then we should be able to say something like service VS Code extension to have the best developer experience with Angular. So here I can say this, and then this should be like this, and it should be like this. Install that, blah, 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 blah. Cool. Set up Tailwind CSS. We also gave the tip here, and then we had this guy right here. Cool. Okay, then we can say at this point, the view in your browser should say so here we should say oh, that doesn't make sense. It should be in routing. So in here, then we have this guy right here, and the app component becomes this. So we have this right here. We added the header component, we added that right here. Then we also added, process should say header works, homeworks. Cool. Now we can change the content of the header itself. So we can say something like scripts config, no, source, assets, app, and then we can say components, no, components, header, header. Do we have some CSS? No. Some TypeScript? Not at all. Cool. Then we can say this guy. So we can say now update the content of the source app components header dot component HTML as follows. Ooh. All right, this is gonna get messy now. Messy, messy, messy. So here we are providing them some header. And now if I go here and refresh, no, have I saved the file? No. Yes. Components header. Where did I paste it? I think I only pasted that in routing. Yeah, I did. So now we have like, welcome to flight scanner. Are ready to go to your next destination, blah, blah, blah. I think in general, the header looks nice. So we have some HTML that we have used. We have some styles coming from Tailwind CSS. I think it looks nice. I could also do one more thing, and that was, I think in the app component itself, we also give the main a bunch of classes. So maybe we could add that right here. No, yes. Yeah, I think we should have it like this. So this guy. So we have app header, and I think, yes. And we also had main somewhere before as well, right? So we had, I think we had it Angular CLI. Maybe we did it in Tailwind CSS. Yeah. So we did it like this. Wait a second. So no header, but inside we had this guy right here. Put it like this. Yeah, I think this makes much more sense. So then we can go to our application. Let's make sure. So the Angular routing, setting up routes, creating a header component with navigation, blah, blah, blah. We added this, we added that guy right there. We added this guy. It's really hard to do it without the good comments or sort of strategy to put comments, but okay. Not too bad. So then here, what we add is the app header. So this is the thing I would like to have. So this is the comment I want. So add this. Ooh, then welcome to flight scanner, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you copy pasted this. The app looks nice, but my HTML looks not so nice. So I have to go here in the app component and then do this. And now it looks really, really, really nice. Cool. I'm going to stop right here. I need to take a break, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully. Take care, everyone. Have a good one. I'm going to commit this as well, so I don't forget. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go.